like Ocarina, have allowed me to make music pretty much for the first time in my life. And so the question is, though, is it cheating to allow someone like me, who's not trained, to be able to do that, to be able to record a song with music and upload it to Facebook or YouTube? Is that cheating? So, yeah. Let me.
There's no question about it.
Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need, and I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you.
It's nice already. What's that app called?
La-di-da, L-A-D-I-D-A. So that's actually, so this is our guitar style, and we're about to launch it. This is the first time since I started testing the guitar style that I've ever heard my voice with a guitar. I never ever had the opportunity to play with a guitar, to sing with a guitarist, and it's just, for me, been really amazing, But I think that there are people, I think probably all of us have had people say that it's cheating what you're doing. You're not creating it, you're not putting in the hours to train or whatever. The computer's doing it. So I guess, do any of you have any thoughts about that? Do you think it's cheating? And if
I have a lot of thoughts about this.
Why don't you start then?
I think the first analogy that is really important is that anybody in here can go into a grocery store and buy some ingredients and go home, and that does not mean that they are a chef. And I think that for whatever reason, people thinking that someone's attempt to express themselves musically, using digital technologies or mobile platforms or something, for some reason is not as valuable as somebody who has painstakingly learned a tool. And I think it's, I think everyone on this panel is into the idea of innovation, or else we wouldn't be here right now. But by the same token, I can just say from my experience, the fact that I don't know how to scratch a record on a turntable, right? It doesn't mean that I can't make compelling music. And I think it's just so funny that people are so beholden to the tools that they have learned on, and they think, it's somehow, it's not as valuable what everyone here is doing with their technology. So I think that's a little, it's really narrow-minded, and I think a little sad, because I love the fact that my niece can pick up, any of your apps, or anyone on this, panel's apps, and play. But then you have someone like Jordan sitting here, who's an amazing musician, and now you have this entirely new modality. It's so inspirational. So I think it's really unfortunate that that's even come up, but it's just the reality of what happens. I mean, we were joking earlier, like when the pianoforte came out, there was an uprising, and then, you know, like we had turntables and people started using CDJs, and all those turntablists hated the CDJ guys, and then, you know, then we had Serato, and now you got me, and I get the brunt of every other DJ on the planet who hates what I'm doing and like makes it a point to let me know how much they dislike it. But you know, it's just, I think it's so beautiful that people have the opportunity, and what you're doing is amazing, you know? Like, why would you be so exclusive? And that was one thing that I learned from my little stint at Guitar Center, right? Man, people are really jerks. Like, they're so, I don't know, they feel like that kind of, they can make that be really exclusive based on price. I don't know, there's something about that, like, oh, you don't have this $6,000 synth, so you're not a real musician. But, you know, I mean, the fact that an app costs $9.99 doesn't make it any less musical, I don't think. But I could be wrong, I don't know. It's a little thought.
In my case, I hear that a lot. I'm like, is it cheating? Well, what is art? I mean, it becomes a tough question to answer. I sometimes joke that our customers, what they really want is a make me famous button. And it's, you know, taken to its extreme, that is what you're talking about. But of course, if it were actually possible for us to make apps that would generate hits with one button and it would work one time, it's just, artists need to bring something to the table. And it's funny how like the tastes and changes move so quickly that as soon as we try and emulate one style, like somebody comes up with something totally new, and it's really interesting. It's been my experience here, just in the limited time in doing that the artist really needs to bring something. I know when people send me like, hey, check out my mix, there's a huge difference between like, I custom crafted all my loops and threw in a little bit of factory stuff versus like I spend 15 minutes with it, isn't it awesome? Like, yeah, you can really, believe it or not, you can tell, even if the stuff's beat matched, even if it's you know, all in time, not a big deal. No, you really can't tell the difference. And lastly, the artists are, like people like Rana and Jordan have really driven us to do things like, when I first saw her video, oh, you're using 2 iPads with loop task at the same time. Like, we never tried that. Like, how are you going to sync that up? Like, that's going to really suck. You know, over time, you know, oh, you need to sync them. And things like, hey, there's lots of cool effects that you could be doing. And that's, you know, we need them as much as they need us. So it's important that we work together on this stuff.
I guess for me, like whether it's cheating or not, it's like I think maybe it's what we're all saying is that it's cheating if you say it is. It isn't if I don't really care. And it's just like art. It's art if you say it is. But I think what's really important here is, are we really letting people be expressive with the experiences we're affording? And this is not just people who know what that joy of music making is can we bring that very joy of making music and that experience to people who have perhaps not experienced it? Yeah. And I think that is really, if you can do that, then whether it's cheating or not, no one cares. Certainly not the person who realized, wow, 1, making music is awesome. 2, I can do that. And suddenly you find ways to kind of chip away at that inhibition that I think has become so built up. I think probably since this, you know, advent of things like radio, television, things that have made music, I think, for better or for worse, more static. And I think that's not a bad side, but also there's this very active side that I think was actually very much part of, you know, kind of human daily activity that now it's not there. Now with these devices, suddenly we get this ubiquity that everyone, you know, very soon everyone's going to have a fairly powerful, smart, mobile something or other with them. And that's a very personal thing. Now, that's an opportunity to suddenly like put like the active participation back into music. And you can do that not by telling people, hey, we're going to, you know, be creative, 1, 2, 3, go. You kind of like, you sneak it in. You, under the radar, make experiences that are fun, or have perhaps seems like games. And when people start playing it, they realize, 1, well, that's a lot of fun, hopefully. 2, it's like, I think I just made some music. And now, you know, suddenly, like you said, let me see what else I can do. And I think once you reach that, then it becomes something, you know, I think that's everyone perhaps wins a little bit at.